there can only be one holder of the pony.
No!
Pinkie Pie is mine. Forever.
Pinkie Pie, but I wanted Rainbow Dash! Man, I wasn't even fighting over the right pony.
You're not Fluttershy.
More Fluttershy.
So ungrateful, Casey. Whatever. You should be happy we get ponies at all.
It's true. You know, it's true. I mean, we need something to... It's what we bond on. It's the ponies. You know,
It's
true
true.
comic book people. They
We know the
bond on
value
their
of
ponies.
friendship.
That's right. That it's magic. Magical.
Magic.
All
Just
right.
like, Justice League Dark. DC's
right.
most prevalent magic book. Yeah! This is, right here, number 23. It's part 5 of Trinity War. Continuing the epic story of the fight over Pandora's box between all 3 of the Justice League.
All 3.
They had to start a whole new Justice League, because Justice League International sucked, so that they could do this series. Come on.
Yeah. Art by MIKEL, JANIN, story by Jeff Lemire, and there was also the director's cut of the first issue, which, like the Batman and Superman ones, have black and white artwork of Ivan Rice, which is very nice.
Yes, and it's also probably got Jeff John's scripts in there.
It does have Jeff John's
Not that you really
scripts.
care.
No, and I did notice that Jeff John's scripts are far, far too obtuse, and he just kind of cut out crap.
He's like throwing
He's
a
like,
one-liner,
yeah.
and boom.
Alright, from Image this week, yeah, it's a little bit late, maybe like 2 months late, but this is Chin Music, number 2, by Steve Niles and Tony Harris, and this is kind of a occult, Prohibition-era, Cthulhu-inspired mystery about this private detective who, you know, gets fighting these strange zombies because he takes a case from, you know, as usual, a very pretty woman who we probably
Looks
should
like
never
some
do.
sort of psychic or something.
Yeah,
I
some
don't
sort
know.
of psychic. But yeah, there's I mean, it's Tony Harris. Tony Harris is amazing, you know, and it's nice because it's not like super photo referenced like Ex Machina. You know, this is kind of like more like the.
It's a lot cartoonier than
It is. It's super
his
cartoony.
superhero work has been.
But it's been really nice, and we're glad that issue 2 is finally out, and that it's not like War Heroes where you never saw more than I think 2 issues.
Well, let's not speak right now. All right, and from Marvel this week. It's the 30th issue of Mark Waid's Daredevil, and to celebrate that, they brought in the Silver Surfer, because, why not? You know.
Clearly, his cancer was cured.
Yeah, obscene Silver Surfer appearances are a hallmark of Marvel, a tradition. Ever since that time when Silver Surfer showed up and got Carnage.
He got carnaged.
He got carnaged.
Totally. But yeah, Chris Samnee is back on penciling duties for this, and, you know, the Silver Surfer, you may think he's kind of goofy, but he's so freaking amazing. And he has an awesome board, and everyone wants to ride the board.
Yeah.
Even Daredevil.
Even a blind man can dream
Even a blind man.
riding a silver surfboard with a big silver naked dude.
That's right. From the swinging 60s, we have Batman 66 number 2. Yes, this should have been the King Tut issue. No, there is no King Tut in there. Unfortunate, but, you know, we move on. The first part has art by Ty Templeton. Jeff Parker writes both stories, and the second one is the same artist from the first issue, Jonathan Case, doing a slightly less 3D, but still kind of psychedelic.
The colors are a bit less wonky, but
it's still fun. I mean, the first one's Penguin and Mr. Freeze, but this is a lot of fun. We sold the first one really fast. We got a bit more this time. Hopefully it'll last longer than a day.
And from Fantagraphics, we have a new, beautiful hardcover edition of Gilbert Hernandez's Children of Palomar. It was originally printed, I think, in a few large format issues, 3 of them called, it was the title of, New Tales of Old Palomar.
That's right, yeah. Oh, so that's the collection of those?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is early stories of the characters from his Heartbreak Soup and Palomar stories. Really just the same, sort of the same stuff as, like, Julio's Day. It's, you know,
it's Gilbert
really
Hernandez.
Classic Gilbert.
There's weird babies that are, like, writhing around on the ground with, like, half an eye.
Kids getting into weird trouble with
Yeah.
terrifying, floating black shadow creatures, you know.
Yeah.
He balances the spookiness and the slice of life just better than most people can.
It's true.
Can ever even dream of.
It's true. What else we got over here? Oh, way over here on the end. This is very excited for this week. This is called Outliers by Eric T. Johnson, who is a graphic designer and artist. But this is his first comic, And even though it came from Diamond, it looks really cool and all indie-like. It's got this, you know, peel-away cover here, and he did a bunch of collaborations with all these people who did these little monsters and stuff. And basically, it is, if I can put this together here, oh yeah, so a school bus crashes, and at the sight of an enormous woodland beast. And then, much to the surprise of everyone, a small boy who is then able to talk to said woodland beast. Which is weird, and that he's been exposed as the link between our world and that of the periphery of human consciousness. So it's looking like some weird kind of sci-fi existentialist forest adventure.
Yeah, playing with some pretty heady themes there.
Which is pretty cool. It's all got this nice kind of green tone to it. You know, definitely unique. Looks really fun. Only $5, which is pretty good for this. It's all kind of green toned. But yeah, strange, fun, interesting, new.
Also from this week, DC has Legion of Superheroes, issue 23, the final issue of Legion of Superheroes. Before the launch, of course, of Justice League 3000, which was supposed to feature artist Kevin McGuire, you know, of Justice League International, formerly known as the Justice League. I can't believe it's not the Justice League. The guy with the funny faces.
That's right.
That dude.
That's right.
This...
No, we're not talking about Jamie MIKEL.
His faces aren't funny, they're just boring. But this is the death of the Legion, drawn by Kevin McGuire. It's just a bunch of people being really, really sad.
The Legion's ending.
But it's great, because that's half of what the Legion is. It's just them kind of screwing up and then being really bummed about it, and then pulling through, because they're Legion.
And you know what? That's kind of how the fans are. Yeah. You know, it's unfortunate, like I had somebody in here yesterday, you know, who wanted to get new Legion stuff. I'm like, yeah, they canceled the Legion. And it's just like, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, you need to bring new life to, and Paul LEVITZ, well...
They did a good job doing it in the 90s because they hired a new writer.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, you can only push that so far, I guess, yeah. And from Dark Horse this week, another one very excited for. This is called Sacrifice. It's by Sam Humphries, who is the writer of Uncanny X-Force currently, and other things, I'm sure, as well.
A thing or two.
Yeah, he does other things as well. And art by Dalton Rose, who I met at Stumptown a couple years ago, and he had a Dune print up. That was amazing, and I had to immediately stop and find out what it was. And I was very happy to find that he had a comic book. I was less happy to find out that there were no copies available. And I was never able to get any. But finally, Dark Horse had picked this up, $20. It's a comic about time travel, Aztecs, and of course, Joy Division. Because that is the essential ingredient in all amazing time travel Aztecian stories, is Joy Division.
To the 20-something loser.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
demographic there.
But yeah, it's totally badass, very cool art that is, it's kind of flat, it's got a nice, almost like Chris Samnee feel to it a bit. The covers are really nice, they're these nice kind of red, white, stark covers.
It reminds me actually a lot of Ulysses Furnace, who's been doing Catalyst and Gamma.
Yes, the glam rock gangsters, absolutely. But yeah, there's a lot of cool sketchbook material on the back here.
Tons of back matter.
Tons of cool stuff.
Designs, covers, pin-ups.
Yeah. And basically, like, this dude is picked from modern society and thrust through time and space to the bloodiest time in ancient history.
Sounds
the Aztecs.
like an awful time.
Yeah, it was an awful time. But, you know, maybe you'll make them listen to the Joy Division and they won't kill you. I don't know. Cover of the week?
Yes.
Cover of the week?
This is an amazing piece of art.
From a book that we would normally never talk about.
But it's two American icons and their small fish friend. As mermaids.
Fiona Staples.
By Fiona Staples.
Betty and Veronica. Jughead Fish. Buy it for the cover. The monkey's gonna buy it for the cover. I mean, obviously.
If it's good enough for the monkey, it's good
enough for you, right? Don't offend the monkey. Buy the comic. And we've also got some merch this week, in addition to the ponies we got last week.
Oh so coveted ponies.
That's right. We've got Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. We've got two each of these. They're cheap, $13. And then on the other end of the spectrum, not quite as cheap, but way more badass.
Gnarly.
This is the Kai Play Arts, direct from Japan. Import toys. They're like $80. Oh, $85.
Ludicrously articulated. They all come with extra heads, extra hands.
Tons of stuff. Superman looks very mean, but
Zod is just a monster.
Zod is like this badass, like fantasy, punky kind of superhero monster thing with way too many extra hands and stuff.
Got tubes everywhere.
Yeah.
Michael Shannon's likeness on the head.
Yeah. So these are very, very cool. They put out, we recently got some Batman ones, the Batman Arkham Asylum ones.
Yeah, there's also Heath Ledger Joker
Heath
figure
Ledger
we got in
Joker.
recently.
We also got some bust banks. Last week we got in Batman and Wonder Woman. This week we got in Spider-Man and Superman. You know, you stick your pennies in there. And
the red and blue.
The red and blue, that's right. And as I mentioned last week, we're also having our 38th anniversary sale this weekend, the 24th and the 25th. All softcovers and hardcovers are 38% off. And there's also a special Friday evening pre-sale from 6 to 8 that for those who have watched this, because we know that you guys cop out about 3 minutes. I mean, I cop out about a minute, you know. But for those who came to the end, Morgan will present you here with the very, very, very secret and very necessary passcode, or you will not be allowed entrance at all.
This is the good word. Come to the door and speak the good word.
You ready? You got your pencils ready?
The code is Capwolf. Yes, Capwolf.
Capwolf.
C as in Capwolf. A as in the second letter of Capwolf.
That's right.
P as in the third letter of Capwolf, and so on.
That's right. And if you can't remember that, well, you can go hang out in the alley with the other bums. Yeah. Whatever. So we hope to see you all this weekend. Thank you again for 38 years, and we will see you all next week.